Hey everyone, welcome back to Chart Stoppers. Before we get into today's stock, I just need to remind everyone that this channel is about looking at different stocks and mapping out their key support and resistance areas on their daily charts. Also, we will be identifying any trends a stock is in and any key technical patterns we can find on their charts. Don't forget this channel is for educational purposes only, and I am not advocating to buy or sell any of the securities talked about on this channel. But I am here to point out key factors on the charts that do impact the price action of a stock. Also, I provided a link in the description for Webull. You could use it to start an account and you will get 2 free stocks. And don't forget, we will be doing 3 videos per week on 3 different stocks. So if you have a recommendation for a video, leave a comment below and I will try to get to it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new content here. Okay, so let's take a look at the market today. Today is December 8th, 2021. It is a Wednesday, and you can see here the S&P 500 finished the day up about 0.25%. The Dow finished the day up 0.07%, and the NASDAQ finished the day up 0.64%. So not as good a day as yesterday, but still a green day overall for all indices. And pretty good week so far this week. We're having a very good week compared to last week with a lot of volatility last week. So far this week has been pretty smooth. So hopefully we can continue that for the rest of the week, and hopefully everyone has a good rest of the week and a good holiday coming up. Okay, so let's get into the stock I wanted to take a look at. Today I'm going to be covering NNDM, Nano Dimension. I've done a few videos on this one in the past. I'll provide a link in the upper right hand corner to the most recent one. If you want to go back and check that one out, you should be seeing that link right about now. And you can go back and look at that if you want to. But today, Nano Dimension finished the day up 2.65%. And after hours, it is down 1.08%. Okay, and it is currently trading at $4.59 after hours. Okay, in the past week, Nano Dimension is up 4.08%. So pretty good week so far. In the past month, this stock is down 22.2%. So this month has not been good for this stock, and you could tell that from the chart, okay? It's been a very bad month so far. In the past 3 months, Nano Dimension is down 29.41%. In the past year, this stock is down 37.38%. So we have gone red in the past year, erasing all of the gains that this stock had over the past year. Let's go back to a year ago and see where this stock was trading at here on December 8th of last year. So if we take a look here, December 8th, right here, the stock did close the day at $7.10. You could see it was on its way up in an uptrend on its way to making that all-time high. It was, on a nice little uptrend. A lot of people were buying in. This stock was a big time focus last year with the Cathie Wood ARK Invest rally that happened, and you could see we were trading around that $7 mark this time last year, and right now we're not even trading above $5 here. We're not even at $4.75. So we are red for the year. And we are not even close to where we were at last year. So like I said, this time last year, it looked like it was just starting to pull back after coming off of a high on its way upwards to making that all-time high of $17.89, which it hit on January 26th of earlier this year. And after making that all-time high, you saw a little bit of a dip and then a retest of that all-time high. Didn't quite make it all the way back up to that all-time high, but it did come very close. And then after retesting that all-time high, that is when we saw the huge correction in this stock. It just started falling from these levels around $17 here, and it became a falling knife from then. That's where we saw the correction start in the NASDAQ around the middle of February here. And a lot of these growth stocks, these high multiple stocks like this one, the big winners from 2020, a lot of these SPACs, a lot of stocks like this, they got crushed earlier this year around February, March, April, and throughout May. You saw a lot of their charts look similar to this one, where you see a big fall and they just slowly started to drain their stock price throughout the year, and they have yet to recover since then. Okay, so you could see the lower highs that this stock has been making throughout the year and the lower lows that it's also been making throughout the year. And you could see that with this red trend line that I've drawn on our chart, depicting that into this base that it did have around the $5.30 base that it did have set up here. Now, before we talk about that base, let me just quickly go over our support and resistance lines that we have marked down on our chart. So I'm just going to quickly go through these. At the top here, you could see we did have resistance at $16 and around 80 cents. If we ever do get back up to this level right here, we're going to want to see this stock close above $16.80 if we want to see it make a new all-time high. You could see we've been above there intraday, but if we want to see it make a new all-time high, we want to see a daily candle close above there. We've never been able to close above that level at 1680. So if we do get back to this level, we want to see a daily candle close above there, and so we can move on to new all-time highs. Okay, now going down our chart, we do have resistance at $11.60. You can see right here the rejection off of that level. After the big fall from our all-time high, we did have that initial bounce. This was in early March here. We had that initial bounce, tried to come back up, and we got rejected off of that $11.60 area right here. So that will be an area to watch if we do come back up to these levels. So have that marked on your chart as a key level to watch at $11.60. Okay, now going down also at $9.30, you could see the price action has gotten rejected at this level also. After falling down from those all-time highs, you could see we did level out, like I said, at that $5.30 area. We tried to come back and trade up to these levels around $9.30 here, and we got rejected twice here. Once was back in April, the end of April here, and also back in June, okay, the end of June. So we have two key rejection areas right here on our chart that we could look at where the price action got rejected and we sold off from that level around $9.30. So that should be a key level to watch on your chart. Have that marked out with a resistance line. Just to watch if we do trade back up to those levels in the future, you will know that that is a resistance area where a lot of sellers will be coming into the market, and you should watch out for that. Okay, so another thing to talk about, we do have our base at $5.30. That is where the stock finally stabilized throughout the year after the big fall from the all-time highs. You could see that finally buyers came in and stabilized the stock, stopped it from falling even more, and finally kept it upright after the big sell-off throughout this year. So it looked like this support was going to hold up at that $5.30 level. We held there for a long time throughout this year. And I talked about this descending triangle on my last couple videos that this stock was forming here. And I said that we had until the end of this year for this stock to make a decision on which way it was going to go. You could see that it had some time until the end of this month to fill in the rest of this triangle here to consolidate. and then it had to pick a direction here. It was either going to have to break out to the upside, or it was going to have to break the support here and fall below here and create a new base somewhere below here. Well, the stock did pick a direction, but it did not pick the direction I thought it was going to pick. I thought it was going to break out to the upside and start moving upwards, but it decided to break out to the downside, and now it has created a new base here apparently, and it looks like it's starting to reverse a little bit here these past couple days. But I was not expecting that base to break here at $5.30. I got to say that was a surprise to me because this base has held on for so long. Okay, you can go back to May. Early May here is when we set up this base here, and it's held since then. Okay, so I was not expecting that to break, but it did. You could see the lower highs we were making going into here, but you know, I was not expecting it to break. And you know, these past couple weeks have been so volatile, and you know, just the news that's been coming out with this COVID variant and everything that's been happening with the Fed, with the raising the rates and the tapering that's been happening. I guess that was enough to cause the support to break. We've seen a couple other stocks that I talk about also have the same things happen. You know, the same thing, you know, support that's been holding on for almost the whole year has broken in some of the other stocks that I talk about. So this is no different with this stock. There's nothing wrong with the company. There's nothing going on, you know, specifically with this company. It's just the market in general that has caused this stock to break its support here. So no need to worry. It's just the market in general and all the things that are happening around this company here. So that's what's happened. It looks like it has bottomed out though for the time being around $4.15. You could see it made it all the way down to $4 here, around made a bottom at $3.98 there. But it looks like it closed here. Let's see what the closing was on this one, on this candle here. The close was actually at $4.33, but I have my support line drawn. I actually need to move that up. I have my support line drawn in around $4.20 there. Okay, so that's where I'm going to draw that in, and we're going to go from there. So it looks like we have a new base. I'll look for a retest of that sometime going forward. But what I would like to see the stock do moving forward is we're going to have to get back above this support area. That's what I would like to see first, which is now going to become resistance here at $5.30. So first I want to see it try to get back above this $5.30 area, because now that's going to become resistance. So hopefully we could reclaim this, get back above here, and then we're going to have to work on getting above this trend line. Okay, that's going to be huge. We're still in this downtrend, even though it looks like we're on a little bit of an uptrend now. We're still stuck in this downtrend here. Let me zoom out so you could see it. We are not out of the woods. Even though we've had 3 green days in a row, we're still stuck in this downtrend here. Okay, so don't get it twisted. We have a lot of ground to cover here with this stock here. So we need to work on this base here, and then we need to work on that trend line breaking through there first. So hopefully we could gain some momentum in the next week or two and see what happens. Now let's throw our moving averages up and see what we could find with those. And as you could see here, just looking at this, look at how the 200-day moving average on our daily chart just follows my trend line here. So that's acting as huge resistance as we're going forward. So that's going to follow our trend line. This 200-day moving average is here in the yellow, the yellowish orange line. So that is our resistance there as it follows my trend line. So that will be a major resistance moving forward. So if we want to move anywhere past this trend line, we're going to need to break that 200-day moving average. But first, you could see that we have broken through our 8-period moving average. So that is a good start here. Today we closed above our 8-day moving average in the white here. So that is a good sign because that has been acting as resistance going back to, it looks like, the beginning of November here. So that is a very good sign because that is what's caused us to break our support here at $5.30. So you could see that's been acting as resistance for a long time, over a month. So that's a good start to this little momentum that we've had. Next step, we need to get above this 21-day moving average here in the light blue. And then our 50-day moving average here in the dark blue is sitting right around our support area. And if you look at it, as I zoom out, our 50-day moving average has been acting as resistance going back to, it looks like, around July, the middle of July here. You can see we haven't been able to maintain above that 50-day moving average since the middle of July. So that would be a very good sign if we could get above this 21-day moving average first, and then if we could get above that 50-day, that would also help us out a lot. So we have a lot of work to do with this stock. We need a lot of momentum here to get above there. So those are major resistance points here. We probably will need the help of a catalyst. So hopefully we can get a good catalyst to come out from this stock in the near future. All right. So let's take a look at our weekly chart, see what we could find out from that. And let me just zoom in here. Actually, just looking at it, not even zooming in, you could see from the weekly chart, just looking at this. This is our 200 period moving average here in the yellow, right here on our weekly chart. Look at that. Look at that moving average on our weekly chart. Look at how that is resistance going back. Okay, let me zoom all the way out. Okay, this was going all the way back to 2017 right here. And look at that resistance. Look at how that perfectly comes in and acts as resistance from the all-time highs here when the stock was up there back in February here. We went all the way up to that 200 period moving average on the weekly chart and promptly sold off as soon as we hit that. Okay, so if you were looking at the weekly chart and you saw it hit that 200 period moving average and you sold as soon as it hit that, that was a perfect trade right there. Okay, so that is your resistance there. And look at how it's moving down here. So that is not helping us at all because that is the major resistance here. That is now sitting at $8.22. Okay, so that is major resistance, that 200 period moving average. When that was at our all-time highs, now it's sitting at $8.22. So keep that in the back of your mind as we move forward also, because now we're going to have that to contend with if we do get a major rally coming up maybe this year. All right, so let's zoom in now, and you could see looks like our 8-period moving average here in the white on our weekly chart is acting as strong resistance going back to, it looks like, the beginning of July here. You could see the white line is our 8-period moving average on our weekly chart, and you could see when we fell below that in the beginning of July, we have not been able to get back above there on our weekly chart. So that is where we're going to need to start on the weekly chart. We need to get above this white moving average, which is our 8-period moving average on the weekly chart. We'll need to get above there to start, and we need to see this thing get above that resistance, and then we'll want to see it get above that 21-period moving average, which it fell below there in the beginning of April, it looks like. You could see it fell below there end of March, beginning of April here, and it hasn't been able to recover that since then. So we'll need to work on that 8-period and then the 21-period after that. Okay, those are strong resistance points here, looking at our weekly chart. And then you could see our 50-period comes into play right here. We haven't been above that since it looks like the beginning of July. But first things first is these two right here, because those are strong resistance points. And then our 200 day, like I said, comes into play right here. All right, so that's about it for the weekly chart, and we'll switch back over to the daily. And that's about it for this video. That's the update I had for you guys. And if you guys like the video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any updates or any videos like this. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time on Chart Stoppers.